The Dutch have decisively cracked down on immigration, unveiling a robust plan to address a crisis that has perplexed much of Europe. Remember Geert Wilders, the prominent figurehead of the Freedom Party? Though he clinched victory over 7 months ago.
A photo op 6 months in the making. A government coalition for the Netherlands, led by the far-right leader Geert Wilders, who promised to stay true to his party's hard line on immigration and to opt out of the EU's new asylum system, even if it took years to do.
So we first use the Dutch law and the crisis law we have to make sure that there will be less influx of asylum seekers in the Netherlands.
And he remains out of power due to protracted political intricacies. This will be detailed in our upcoming video, but what's crucial now is his policy trajectory, which is poised to revolutionize everything. Dick Schoof, the newly minted prime minister, has orchestrated a coalition government unprecedented in its composition. This alliance, inclusive of Wilders' party, is set to radically revamp immigration policies. Currently deemed radical, these measures could become normative within the next 3 to 4 years as European nations grow increasingly disillusioned with the ongoing immigration crisis. Dick Schoof, a former Dutch intelligence chief, now leads a right-wing coalition government that vows to implement the most stringent asylum and immigration regulations in Dutch history.
To the Netherlands now, where the king has sworn in the former spy chief, Dick Schoof, as the country's new prime minister. He's heading up a right-wing coalition with a mission to implement what it's calling the country's strictest ever immigration policy. Well, let's go live to Amsterdam. Fernand van Tetz is standing by for us. Fernand, tell us about this new government.
Well, it is a day of firsts here, Nadia. First of all, of course, Dick Schoof, the man you mentioned.
This pivotal shift signals a resolute commitment to safeguarding national security and sovereignty. By enforcing these rigorous policies, the new administration seeks to address the populace's anxieties regarding the unsustainable nature of the existing immigration system and its perceived threats to social cohesion and economic stability. Schoof's rise to the premiership is the result of intricate political maneuvers, succeeding Mark Rutte, a seasoned politician, now set to assume a significant role within NATO. Rutte's transition highlights global recognition of his leadership, which has been instrumental for the Netherlands over the past decade.
Asylum applications in the Netherlands has grown so rapidly it's become a serious political issue. However, Mark Rutte's measures to stem the flow just proved too controversial, and they divided the ruling coalition until it fell apart.
The laws Mark Rutte proposed to reduce the number of asylum seekers aim to create a two-tier system. People fleeing persecution will be given more rights than those escaping war zones.
His departure ushers in a new era under Schoof's stewardship, particularly as Europe grapples with escalating immigration pressures and attendant socio-political challenges. The formation of Schoof's administration was anything but straightforward, following an extended period of political wrangling post-electoral victory by the veteran anti-Islam populist Geert Wilders. Despite his triumph, Wilders had to temper his ambitions to preserve coalition stability. His fervent anti-Islam and Eurosceptic views were too extreme for some coalition members, culminating in a collective decision to endorse Schoof as the figurehead. Geert Wilders, leader of the Freedom Party, has finally succeeded in assembling a government after 6 months of intense negotiations. The newly formed Dutch government is poised to implement Europe's most stringent asylum policy, opting out of the EU's regulations concerning asylum seekers. This bold move has generated both support and criticism. Geert Wilders, with his unyielding focus on tightening immigration controls.
Wilders said the Netherlands planned to follow in the footsteps of Denmark, which negotiated a deal to be excluded from the EU's asylum policies. But an EU spokesperson appeared to pour cold water on that idea, but added he would wait to hear exactly what the Dutch government had in mind.
You cannot opt out of EU legislation in the past. When certain discussions were taking place on treaties, certain countries, in the context of those discussions,
is prioritizing what he perceives as the nation's most urgent issue. Wilders' Freedom Party enjoys substantial public support, having garnered over 23% of the vote and secured 30 seats in the Dutch parliament. In a proportional representation system, this constitutes a robust mandate, indicating widespread dissatisfaction with current asylum policies among Dutch voters. Often labeled a populist, Wilders is perceived by some as addressing genuine concerns rather than merely pandering to popular sentiment. His policy approach has drawn comparisons to the UK's Rwanda plan, which aimed to deter illegal immigration by relocating asylum seekers. Similarly, Wilders' strategy seeks to make the Netherlands less appealing to asylum seekers from the outset. The architect behind this significant immigration overhaul is Dick Schoof, a career bureaucrat with a distinguished background. Having previously helmed the Dutch intelligence agency AIVD and held a pivotal role at the Justice Ministry, Schoof has now stepped into the political limelight. Aligning with Geert Wilders in the farmer citizen movement, Schoof has forged a powerful coalition intent on a sweeping crackdown on immigration. This alliance signals a profound shift from the Netherlands' previous immigration stance. The inclusion of Wilders' Freedom Party in the cabinet marks a historic change. The newly appointed Development Aid Minister, Renate Klever, advocates for the abolition of development aid, while the new Immigration Minister, Marjolein Faber, has expressed strong views on immigration, including controversial remarks about population replacement, which she later retracted. Despite this, Faber remains deeply concerned about demographic changes in the Netherlands. This policy shift is far from a minor adjustment. It represents a seismic transformation. Expect fortified borders, stricter regulations, and considerable controversy. This overhaul could fundamentally reshape Dutch immigration policy, signaling a departure from past approaches and potentially reverberating throughout Europe. The specifics of the new policy remain vague, but it suggests significantly heightened entry barriers into the Netherlands. Additionally, the proposed elimination of development aid programs, a radical move championed by Klever, has sparked intense debate. Faber's comments on demographic shifts underscore the administration's firm stance on immigration. Reactions across Europe to this Dutch policy shift have been strong. French President Emmanuel Macron has labeled the plan extreme, warning it could undermine European solidarity. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has also voiced concerns about escalating hostility towards migrants.
It's quite aggressive how this operation takes place. It's violent.
Et faites bien le signe de croix et priez l'enculé, dites-vous, revenez plus si vous venez la prochaine fois, on va vous tuer, on va vous killer.
These acts are dangerous and put the people to a much graver risk than they already are.
Conversely, Austria's Chancellor Karl Nehammer supports the Dutch approach, advocating for similar measures in Austria. This policy could influence right-wing parties across Europe, who may view the Dutch model as a new standard. In Hungary, Viktor Orban has announced the formation of a new far-right EU bloc, Patriots for Europe, aiming to become the dominant group within the European right. Even in the UK, figures like Jacob Rees-Mogg are considering similar barriers. Despite Brexit already having created a significant separation, this issue, brewing for a decade, has reached a tipping point. The Netherlands' new policy may further inflame the already intense debate on immigration across Europe. The Netherlands' dramatic immigration policy shift raises critical questions about the future of immigration policies in Europe and whether other countries will adopt similar measures. Is this the dawn of a new era in European immigration policy, or a step too far? We invite your thoughts in the comments. If you find this topic intriguing, please like and subscribe for more insights into Europe's evolving political landscape. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this content, and subscribe to stay informed on Europe's political upheavals. This story is far from over, and we will continue to provide detailed coverage as it unfolds.